think my fastest rival in either code would have to be the only guy who beat me in a race while I was playing, and that'd have to be Mr. Lee Odenryan of the Parramatta Eels. I had a race with him during the Great Britain tour of 1992, I think it was, at Parramatta Stadium, just before Great Britain played Parramatta in a game, and yeah, he beat me in a race. I think there's footage of it on YouTube, and I think you'll find that he did full start, and he didn't beat me by much. And I have to say that I did score 2 tries in that game against him, so that's the more important thing. But yeah, definitely Lee Odenryan was my fastest rival, and I'm happy to say that the fact that he beat me in that race means that he's remembered. Otherwise, nobody would know who he was. I think the biggest rivalry I've experienced at club level playing rugby league, I suppose, would have to be Wigan Saints derby. It doesn't get any bigger than that. I know we had some big games against the Brisbane Broncos for Wigan during the 90s. But that aside, yeah, Wigan Saints derbies, they were passionate, intense affairs, be it in Super League, be it in the Old First Division or in the Challenge Cup or Lancashire Cup. Any time Wigan plays Saints, it's a fierce contest, and I think I was on the end of a few headbutts and beatings from Sonny Nicol and Alan Hunt, but scored a few tries in those games as well, and Wigan won a fair few of them in my day as well. So I suppose that's the biggest rivalry that I can remember. I think throughout my career I had rivalries with numerous players. I think my first rivalry probably was with Desi Drummond. I can remember the Warrington fans singing "Desi's gonna get you," and then I think after that it was open season on me after I started scoring lots of tries. John Bentley, I think, famously headbutted me at Norton Park in a jump player round. Sonny Nicol, Alan Hunt at Knowsley Road. I think the Saints fans adopted the Desi song and used to sing, sorry, Sonny's gonna get you. But yeah, I always took that as a compliment. If players wanted to do harm to me on the pitch, as I say, I always took that as a compliment, because all I was interested in was scoring tries, and I think I did that pretty well. On the international stage, when it comes to rivalries, I can't really look further than Andrew Ettenhausen. I think on the Great Britain Tour in '92, famously in the first test, I think I was inches away from scoring on numerous occasions and couldn't quite get down that left touchline. And when we came to the second test in Melbourne, I was quite fortunate that I managed to seal the proceedings with a try down the left touchline again, and this time he couldn't quite get me. So I had a few duels with Andrew as well when he came over to play at Leeds when I was at Widnes. Yeah, he was a fantastic player. Normally played more centre, I think, but on the international stage, he was an out-and-out winger. Very pacey, long legs, very gifted player. My biggest rival, I say going back in the day, my early ventures into reality TV, I'd have to say Jade Goody, God rest her soul. She was a great laugh, always enjoyed doing shows with her. I remember that I beat her on the weakest link, and I became the strongest link after beating Jade in the final. And she returned the favour by beating me on Stars in Your Eyes. I think she sang Leanne Rimes' Never Promised You a Rose Garden or something like that, and I think I sang a Lighthouse family song, Lifted. We can be lifted from the shadows, lifted, hey. See, I wanted to sing Still, but I couldn't hit the high note, so Lifted is all in the sort of similar notes, so I could manage to just about hold that tune. But it was one of the most scary experiences of my life, I think, along with doing Splash, maybe Strictly Come Dancing. I have to say, coming through that smoke to sing your song on Stars in Your Eyes, yeah, it was a scary, scary experience. I'm really looking forward to playing in the Yorkshire-Lancashire game, because I've represented Lancashire before. I think back in the 80s, I think I played against Papua New Guinea for Lancashire before I'd ever played international rugby, but I've never actually played in a Yorkshire-Lancashire game. So it's taken me till 53 years of age, but as I say, looking forward to stepping on the field and creating a bit of history. I'm looking forward to coming up against my old teammate Jason Robinson. I know he's meant to be on the wing for Yorkshire. As I say, I'm still a generation older than Robbo, but if he comes near me, then maybe I'll start dishing out the punishment.